Hello there, welcome back to AI War Fleet Command, Zenith Remnant Expansion game 7.3 or high normal difficulty. I tried a few things here before deciding what to do next. I did some more raiding, some more threat cleaning. It was down to about 400 at some point. Now it's on its way back up, but that's always going to happen. And it's a little bit difficult to get to meet us here. They've got, which was my first thought, get there, scout out more. There's a bunch of threat hanging out in Daphne, so I turned around once I saw that. Themis is about 4 jumps away. I could do Iapetus, but that's still going to be a little thorny with those 2 ion cannons. So I decided, for a couple reasons, just to go for the relatively easy safety of hitting Neas. And they've got, a couple waves underway, but nothing that we're overly concerned about. Metal is pretty low because we've been building stuff. We do have one of our orbital mass drivers is up, and the second one is about halfway there. So that's a thing. I've turned it off for the time being to save some metal. I went a little bit further with that than I wanted, but been using the metal that we have on that. Of course, we want to get the Black Widow Golem in here, and I also want to demonstrate and see for myself also 2 other golems. So I gathered the Cursed Golem from here, which we haven't used yet. And I also gathered the Artillery Golem from Sedna, which we haven't used yet. We've seen the Hive and the Regeneration Golem, and we've been pretty impressed with those. But these are the other 2 that we have. And they're here in Thule, they're going to hop over here. Now, Neas, main thing is that Threatening Eye. 5-second cooldown to trigger an attack wave. So we definitely don't want to flip that thing out. And then, so I brought along ships with that, and I just kind of threw in the golems as an afterthought. Said, well, I want attacking a planet that I want to use a small number of powerful ships. So obviously, what better than golems? And we've got mostly starships in here. If we take a look, you can see a whole bunch of starships, some munitions boosters, and whatnot. That's pretty much what we have. And we're just going to take a little trip through Iris and see how this works. I'm going to sort of show what happens here because I thought it was rather cool. Iris has been a familiar gathering spot, and you can see, whoa, look at all that. Now, the red stuff here that is getting shot out is the Cursed Golem that can attack a bunch of small targets from a long range. The Artillery Golem can attack bigger targets from a very extensive range as well. So they're sort of complement each other in being able to attack a bunch of small versus one big target. That's the nice little energy wave thing from the Artillery Golem. But you can see now we're taking some damage here. Like the Cursed Golem's down to about 2/3. But you could also see stuff died pretty quickly. And just just the idea of one-shotting a Mark III guard post from across the system. Boom! There goes another one. I don't like that guard post. Let's just make it go away. Yeah, you don't even have to attack them with regular ships. It's beautiful. Okay, and here's our target system, and I want to head way over here just so we're good and out of the way. Whoops, let's do this as a group. And we're going to see the same basic idea. And, the Threatening Eye is not even triggering, but I'm basically fighting off the system's defenses with 2 ships. Because my golems are the only thing doing any work. And we've got to watch our health here, of course. But again, we're at 2/3 or better. Oh, look at that. A whole bunch of space planes, teleport raiders, something inside here. Oh, now they decided to disappear. We decided to blow them up. And I could just start attacking stuff now, but I really want to get out to the edge of the system so I have flexibility to react to things. And boom! Hey, look at that. There goes a guard post. And here's what happens when the system reinforces. The Cursed Golem simply throws out his stuff all over the place. Now, this is a little more interesting. Let's see how it handles this. Oh, okay, it's just going to blow the ships up. Okay. Now, I also want to use the Artillery Golem and just make sure I'm knocking out... I think it's going to actually do it on its own. Make sure I'm knocking out... Oh, boy. Now there's more coming. Well, let's unload our starships. And I just want to place them a fair bit in front of our golems. So they're basically just gonna screen the artillery. You can think of the starships as the infantry, and then, you know, our golems are sort of the heavy artillery behind it. And yeah, they're going to throw in some vampire claws along the way, which are going to have some not nice fun. And I think they might have taken out my colony ship, actually. They did. They're a bunch of jerks, but we can always bring in a new one of those. That's not a problem. You know what? The artillery golem, I think you may not quite be doing your job because there is a missile guard post over here. Why don't you make it go away? There you go. And the threatening eye is now gone because of that missile guard post disappearing. So we could bring in anything we wanted to at this point. But I think this is a good demonstration of just the way the Cursed Golem and the Artillery Golem complement each other. The Cursed Golem can attack 60 different ships at once, and this attacks only one, but it does so with extreme prejudice. Of course, against particularly large masses, we need a screening force like this. But I love the energy wave effect. We saw those in some of the core guard posts on previous... That right there, on previous run-throughs, and now we get it. And also those Zenith bombardment ships that have been annoying us all game. Yeah, we can take them out before they even get in range. Anytime something new enters the system, and of course there's more than one now because these are less powerful ones. Those are being shot off by our new Sentinel frigates. And they're having fun, and they're extremely attack boosted. Now I just got to send my transport back, get a colony ship. We're going to take this over, and I don't even have to go attack the command station either. Let's one-shot it. Boom. Oh no, a bunch of units from the barracks. What will we do? We'll sit here and watch them blow up. That's what we will do. That's all that's necessary. Were you planning on doing? No, you're planning on dying. Yes, that is a lot of ships getting blown up at once. And I want to, like, there's so much salvage floating around here now from that. I'd kind of like to get this colony up and going so that we can take advantage of it. And then, of course, we're going to build it here, right on top of the broken Black Widow. So Neos belongs to us. We are now firmly also into tech level 2. I think we're going to stay there. So that's a thing, but I don't think we've got the option to drop it down lower. It's alright, we've got the forces to handle it, I think. We'll find out. We're building the Black Widow Golem, or repairing it rather. Slowly, I've only got a couple engineers here working on it. I don't want to spend a ton of metal on it. That metal thing should go to the positive pretty quick. But we're up over 1,000 thread again, and it was 700 and some in Emma. It's still about 582. And they've liked to gather there for a while. You can see this system has quite a few ships in it. And I think it's time that we go and deal with it. It's a Mark IV system, only going to get harder. We've got a couple systems next to it, so it's going to be on alert. So cleaning that out once in a while, and I probably want to take out some of the guard posts. I'd like to take out a lot of them, actually, so they're not getting a bunch of reinforcements there. Not by beachheading, but the old-fashioned way. And I decided to do it threat thing that we had before, only with more force. So I brought that whole group, but we've also got the starships that we used to attack in here, and we've got the artillery and the Cursed Golem. So I figure with all of that firepower, the regen golem, etc., we should be able to make very short work of that situation in Emma. Now the other thing that's going on right now is our energy is low, and it's actually a little bit higher than it was when we took this system. It was down to about 90,000. And that's just because of all the ships we've captured. We're about to make it worse. So we definitely want to keep expanding, get our way out of that. If I could reach Themis and get that Zenith power generator, I would. That's a little bit dicey right now, especially because of this. We have a rebel colony on Dysnomia, so we're actually going to need to deal with that this game. Didn't quite get there last game. But that shouldn't be a problem. They're making us attack something we want to attack anyway. That's where the botnet golem is. And here's Emma now that I'm done. there's almost nothing left. They've got their alarm post, they've got their wormhole guard post, they've got the command station, everything else died, over half the threat. Now, I discovered a couple things in here. I mean, I just brute forced it. They had a parasite eye in here, but I just smashed everything relatively quickly. I did lose almost 200 ships on balance, and that's because if your ships get killed by the ion cannon, apparently the regen golems don't revive them. There may be other things cause that effect. It does kind of make sense given the unique nature of the ion cannon. But it's not like we can't get those ships back from somewhere, and to an extent we needed the energy anyway. So, something to learn, but not really too worried about it. Looks like we'll probably want to go smash that threatened Typhon, because that's nearby. And then we'll be heading off on the attack again. For this next part, I'm taking a bit of a calculated risk. I've spent a bunch of knowledge to unlock some things. I did the stealth tachyon emitters because we're running out of the standard ones, and that's the only way to get more. That's 1,500. I also unlocked one more ship, the fleet ships, rather. Haven't built any yet. I've unlocked the munitions booster Bark 2. I didn't really need to do that yet. But I want to add these because, you see they've got 110% attack bonus. That's enough to max out the turrets. So I want to use Mark 1 and Mark 2 munitions boosters on my planets for the turrets, and that can allow me to save the Mark 5 ones for my fleet. I'm going to start running low on those with using them on all my planets. And then I've also unlocked a bunch of starships. Had to build a new starship constructor here to get them all made. I did Mark II Zenith, Spire, Leech, Plasma Siege, and Bomber starships. 1,000 knowledge each for those. So we're down to a little over 5,000 at the moment. And the reason I did this is our next mark is Iapetus. It's time to finally do the hack there. It's a Mark IV planet with a Mark II and Mark III ion cannon. And that's going to present a hazard to our ships, obviously, so I wanted more ships to go up against that. On the other hand, it did really lower down our energy, so I'm betting on our defenses to hold. We've got another wave that just hit Malcav 11. I think we're going to be fine there. And the threat is down now to under 400. And you can see a good amount of it is in Jakku. It just so happens to be on the way, because I'm going to go up to Sedna, over to Jakku, and then to Iapetus. So I'm going to make that part of this whole thing, smash whatever threat I can there, and then head in here. Now, as far as how I'm going about this, right over here, I'm going to take all 4 golems. Regen, Artillery. We don't have the Black Widow up yet. Cursed and the Hive Golem. I'm kind of curious whether or not the wasps from the Hive Golem are vulnerable to ion cannons. We're going to find that out in a bit. I haven't really looked at their stats in detail. And I've got 3 transports. These 2 have combat ships, starships, and Mark IV or higher, including the parasites, of course. And this has the colony ship engineers and the hacker. That's the force I'm going to take. And then the rest of this, over 1,300 ships here in case I need any defense. Losing an outlying planet and then having a resulting issue with energy is really the only thing that can mess me up here. But we had less than 150,000 energy anyway. And I don't think we're going to gain a bunch of ships in there because most of the ones we gain, or at least a significant amount of them, we're just going to lose again due to the ion cannons. And I want to save those because capture them and use them for myself later. So that's the plan. Let's see how it works. Here we are in Jakku, and we hit a minefield, but continuing to set up things optimally for us. I mean, we've got a Spire starship there, what I'm not a fan of. I've just unloaded our ships. They're about to pop out. But all the threat is gathered right over here by Iapetus, which is where I want to go anyway. So, you know what? Let's just wander our way in that general direction. And that Spire starship, well, that's going to go away quickly. And so will a bunch of this stuff. There we go. We got infiltrators. We got vampire claws. We got all kinds of fun things. And yeah, this is okay. This is all going to come our way. That's fine. Clear them out. And it wasn't particularly important to me to take out all of those guard posts, but whatever. Now, anything that we captured that's Mark 3 or lower I want to send back, because I don't want to have them just pop in here and get blown up by the ion cannons. So I'll do that, and then we'll move on to Iapetus. Okay, here's the situation as we have fully entered. We appear to have lost a few ships on entry. That usually happens. Everything's going a little bit haywire, as you would expect. We did capture some things, not that much. Metal's up over a little bit over 1 million at this point. We did fine on the attack on Malkav 11, and at one point that was up to almost 1 million orbiting scrap and over 1,000 metal income just from that. Now in here, I think I just want to defend here and have my transport make its way to the edge and set up the hack, and then the fleet will follow. And you get out there. Unload. There we go. And then I'm going to want to stick the colony ship back in. Engineers back in. And just utilize our hacker for the purpose of research redirection. Boom. Now, yeah, 10-minute hack as usual. And it's going to cost 50 some. That'll take us down to 186. Moderate response. All of that should work well for us. I'm going to regroup here. Let's get all of the assault transports out of the way. I just want to be properly organized for this. There we go. And then I want to have, let's get the regen golem out that way. Let's see, cursed golem over here. Where's my artillery golem? There it is. Put that back here, as well as the hive golem. So let's get them all out of the way. And by all means, you unload everything. Now let me take a look at these wasps. And they are immune to being insta-killed. They're also immune to dark matter ammo, which means the mirrors, the mirrors can't attack them. And I want to unload them right away, because then this can keep filling up again while we're doing this. It adds one every few seconds. I'm gonna wait for those golems to get back out that way. And yeah, okay, they're raiding over here, but that'll be temporary. You move in. Oh my. Hello everybody. So apparently they don't like what we're doing over here. But yeah, that's why we brought everything. Because we knew fun things would happen. So let's have you sit maybe right here in front of this. Retreat a bit. And now let's see how this plays out. And the hack is now over. So we're going to wait for the post-hack response. But basically how it went was boring. You know, even after the initial group of hive golems died. And I was bored enough that I just had the artillery golem, shoot out their barracks and took those down. They sent in more reinforcements through this wormhole. It was a moderate group of riot control, maybe 10 or 12 of those with some other escorts. And they're about to hit us with their post-hack response. So you know what, I'm just going to unload this again. The regeneration golem is a good way to sort of indicate how it went. It's at 88% health, so it only had to use a small fraction of its ability in resurrecting ships. We lost some of the ones we captured due to the ion cannons. I didn't sweat that at all. But let's just see how this rolls. And I don't think you unloaded. I still don't think you... Oh, because you're out of the ship range, probably. Although this is working back here. So... Oh, we've now lost enough to get a reprisal level 1 warning after 10 minutes of hacking. Yeah, unload. Okay, there you go. So, just join in the fun, my merry little wasps. And, was that it? Really, that was it. Okay, artillery golem. Kill the command station. It is time to seize control of Iapetus, that electric bomber, and move on to Dysnomia as our next target. Dysnomia itself has not been put on alert until now, and it's a Mark II planet, so I saw no reason, once everything was set up in Iapetus, not to just come in here. Here is the human colony. 100 AI progress if killed or scrapped. Yeah, we want to prevent that. And the timer is basically how long the invisibility force field lasts, which is a truly silly bit of space magic, but such as it is. And it'll remain at full power as long as we hold the planet. So once we capture this, we're going to be fine. And we've got still, significantly over an hour. We should be able to smash this very, very quickly. We have finished the Black Widow Golem, although I didn't take the time transporting it over here. And we're almost done with that second orbital mass driver on Letitia. So we're going to need something new for our metal to work on. And obviously the botnet golem would be a heck of a thing for that to be. They do have a backup design server here, but it's just a Tachyon microfighter, and I don't really want that. This promised to be a very quick operation. Just going to move out to the perimeter as usual. Meanwhile, my Cursed Golem and my Artillery Golem will just snipe everything that's not of immediate use. There goes the Sentinel frigates. And they seem to continue to want to move forward. Boom, another guard post. And I don't see any reason to wait any longer. I'm going to have the Artillery Golem knock out that barracks. And let's just head in this general direction, everybody. Not even bothering to release the Hive Golem stuff, although maybe I should. It's just, why? We're going to clean this out very quickly. Boom, 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 and I'll give the Artillery Golem the honor of destroying it. So now we just got to set up shop here in Dysnomia. Very quick, very basic. We're almost up to 300 AI progress, and I don't really care. It's all part of the cost of doing business here. So defenses are now building in Dysnomia. We've got that settled. Not working on the botnet golem yet. Going to wait for that to build up. We've had some attacks, and as you can see, we haven't had any problems with them. We've had some cloak ships hanging out in Portia for like forever, and that's pretty much it. Still trickling more ships in here, but I think that'll stop soon once our turrets get up. It usually does. Threat is fairly minimal. We triggered a Sentry Eye and Bianor on the way in, but I didn't really care because we were killing them about as fast as they were generating with our golems. So we're going to want to try out the Black Widow Golem. We're going to want to try out the botnet one, see how those are working out for us. But energy is slowly increasing, but it's still definitely going to be an issue. So longer term, obviously I want to get to Metis and then to Minerva or somewhere else that has a Mark IV factory. I want to get to Themis where that Zenith power generator is. And we kind of got to pound a path through there. But I think I'm just going to brute force it to most of the area. Because I should be able to, with the golems, I should be able to just have the golems do the fighting, keep ships in the transports, and get my way through. And of course, we can equalize the AIP from Themis because it has a data center. I think I should be able to pound our way towards the homeworlds fairly quickly now as we approach the 9-hour mark of the game. So all that'll be up next time. Thanks for watching. More AI War Fleet Command coming up soon as we try to close the net on the AI.